Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well, that you're all having an incredible day. Welcome back to another News I Missed video where I go over News I Missed. IOHK has announced that Daedalus 1.0 mainnet wallet has finally launched and is now available to every user of Cardano. The launch of Daedalus comes after 18 months of work and marks the beginning of a series of important launches from IOHK that will bring about Shelly, the blockchain's staking era. The company has also released the independent code audit carried out by security experts R9B. Input Output Hong Kong, the company behind the Cardano blockchain, has announced the launch of the Daedalus wallet. Charles Hoskinson, the CEO of the company, took to YouTube to share some of the details regarding the launch of the IOHK's most important product. Daedalus, the designated wallet for the Cardano network, is a product of 18 months of hard work on rebuilding the code base of the wallet. The wallet, which has now fully moved away from the Serokel code thanks to the Byron reboot, is available to all Cardano users. Version 1.0 of the mainnet wallet brings about the much needed stability and security, with the Daedalus team saying that the sync time will vary between 50 minutes and an hour and a half. Wallet restoration, on the other hand, takes only 20 to 30 minutes. When I first saw this earlier, I was like, oh, that's kind of a long time. But then I realized the 1.0 of things are usually, I won't use the word slow, but they're slower than other things. So one can only assume if this is just the initial release of the wallet, they're probably also going to be working on the speed of the syncing as time ends up going on. I think even more so, a lot of the stuff that we have going on within the cryptocurrency space when it comes to speed, or rather this is for projects that will still be around within the next 4 to 5 years. I assume the time frame, the speed or anything like that won't even be a factor anymore. So by 2.5, I assume the syncing time will be between 1 to 2 minutes, what have you. Hoskinson said that the launch will enable the team to start working on ledger support as well as paper wallets and rapid deployments on other beta features. Now that Daedalus is finally launched, IOHK said it can finally roll out the Shelly infrastructure as well as the testnet. The launches will follow the same process as was the case with the Byron reboot, which means that they will all begin with a small test group and gradually grow from that. IOHK plans to ship Shelly's mainnet by May 2020. It's April 26th, for those of you who are looking at this maybe in the future. Working backwards, I didn't know that. Actually, I was going to even remark on that when I was done through all of this. I, for some reason, thought that the Shelly mainnet was expected around July. I don't know why I gave it that time frame for some reason. I think I maybe heard July before. Maybe I'm just confusing it with the actual release of Ethereum 2.0. Regardless, that's actually going to be quite interesting. That gives us May is then hopefully Shelly, the Bitcoin halving, and then about a couple of weeks after, that's Ethereum 2.0, and I assume any other upgrades and stuff that are also happening with other blockchains. Quite fascinating indeed. Yeah, it looks like, and I'm trying to be optimistic that this will all be rolled out. How great would it be if everything goes off without a hitch? Cryptocurrency prices in the next couple of months, who knows, end up going up. Yeah, I mean, everything seems to be timed around each other in some sort of way. So I guess even the release of the Daedalus mainnet wallet is also incredibly huge for the project as well. Now we're just kind of waiting eagerly for Shelly. If you watched the channel before, you know I'm not like a hardcore Cardano fan. I do have money invested into it, so of course I would like for the price to go up. But even just in general, I said this when Cardano was first released, spoken about. If Cardano, and this is it, this is the moment, this is what we've all been waiting for. If this is apparently going to happen in May, I always say not put your money where your mouth is, but if Cardano can take over or pass by Ethereum, by all means, please. I've seen a lot of people calling for a $5, a $10 ADA token. I saw a couple talking about 100. I don't know their exact time frame. I don't know if this was like a 10 years down the future. I do not expect this year for Cardano to hit $100 per coin. I could see a good $1, $2. It hit that before. Hit $1.30. I don't know the exact numbers. $1 something. That's believable. However, $100 is kind of, I tried to pull it back. Anyway, yeah, that's the Cardano news. Let's hope everything goes off in the next couple of days as we are approaching May. And let's move on. Next up. There we go. Coinbase has announced an oracle that will provide reliable and verified price data for two trading pairs. They are Bitcoin to the US dollar and Ethereum to the US dollar. The move also roused conversation around Chainlink's market position. Blockchain oracles provide data in a way that is useful for DeFi applications and other blockchain services. Coinbase will sign all oracle data with its private key. Anyone can use the data on-chain verify that this data on-chain verify, okay, this is written correctly, that verifies that data by checking it against Coinbase's public key. The oracle will send new data from the Coinbase Pro exchange every minute, ensuring that the price data is always up to date. In practice, developers can use this data in any sort of blockchain service that manages funds in an automatic way. For example, oracles are used in loan services that liquidate debt positions and algorithmic stablecoins that automatically manage their collateral. Anyone can use the exchange's oracles immediately, and a few projects have already expressed support for the project. As far as like a price discovery oracle type thing, I mentioned last year, this was just I don't even want to use the word prediction. This was just an idea that I had that a lot of the other cryptocurrency exchanges that I kept on saying would not make it or that would be squashed away have now also seemingly disappeared. I think the next big step within the cryptocurrency space as crypto gains more legitimacy, if you will, come down to I mentioned around that same exact time that the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and Fidelity would eventually have like price discovery tools for you to be able to have accurate cryptocurrency pricing. The fact that even the website that I use for pricing, CoinMarketCap, and any other price metric, if you look at all the prices, none of them are ever really the same. So what we're going to actually end up having, and I still believe this is going to happen, it's the same exact way like when you look for the spot price of gold or silver. You typically will Google it, but you'll get like price data from Bloomberg, and they usually get it from the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. So I assume this is also part of it. And I guess Coinbase just kind of wants to be part of the crowd with their price data. Nothing really wrong with that. If you see an opportunity, try to seize it. Here's the actual blog post introducing the Coinbase Price Oracle. Critically important for the DeFi ecosystem. Cool. I wish them the best of luck in their endeavor. Let's move on. Next up, while a crowd of 50,000 people stuck at home looked on, Byron Cook, a digital marketer from North Carolina this week, beat honest-to-God NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, and others in a virtual iRace organized by the industry. Sure. And printed on his car was a huge Bitcoin logo designed by Cook himself. This was apparently good for Bitcoin. Here's the tweet right here. Cook's post about the race on the Reddit Bitcoin subreddit yesterday went viral with 3,200 upvotes and 223 comments. They said, "Congrats, man, Bitcoin as a sponsor. I'm sure a lot of viewers will be searching for this symbol tonight," wrote one. "Outstanding. You are one of the stars aligning for Bitcoin mass adoption and to the moon," posted another commenter. "Way to represent Bitcoin in iRacing and vice versa." Cook, who's 34, is a big believer in Bitcoin, he told Decrypt. He said he got interested in Bitcoin around 3 years ago. When huge price booms hit the headlines, he used to race streetcars as a teenager, returned to graphic design in college. Later, he merged his two passions and began designing the race cars' paint jobs. Now he handles digital marketing for 5-time Cup Series winner Joe Gibbs Racing and gets his sim racing fix on iRacing. So there's a reason why this is called News I Missed. This was very popular news. When I first heard that this was, and first of all, even the title, it says Bitcoin car wins virtual NASCAR race. This was actually touted on a couple of places as just a normal race. It said Bitcoin won or Bitcoin car wins NASCAR race, and I was like, that's kind of crazy interesting news. The same exact way we used to hear before, when people used to put like Litecoin symbols and Dogecoin symbols on the sides of cars and during boxing competitions with people knocking each other in the face, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I mean, not to downplay the significance of 50,000 people looking at a Bitcoin car winning. Is that cup of noodles? Wait, I can't tell what that is. Anyway, yeah, so a Bitcoin car won. That's the news there. So that makes you happy. If you like NASCAR and you like fast Bitcoin, this was definitely the news story for you. This gave you all the news. Let's move on. Next up, where are the words? Jeez Louise, where are the words? Bitcoin is increasing its worldwide adoption by decreasing its volatility. And though Bitcoin has a history of going up in price after halving events, it is never encountered 19 before. Richard Rosenblum, co-founder and of the liquidity provider GSR, said in an interview that the fall of the oil markets and the Bitcoin halving could influence the rally expected by the crypto community. Rosenblum said Bitcoin has had a disruption at prices since March, when it actually dropped like 3,300 or something like that, and then recovered, attracting more investment from traders and entrepreneurs who may be anxious for the arrival of the halving in less than 20 days. When the investor and trader, the crypto dog, asked whether the halving is priced in or not, most respondents believed it isn't priced in just yet and expect a positive halving effect in 2 to 6 months after the event. Rosenblum appears bullish about the event that may happen after the halving. He said, I think there's more upside why am I messing up simple words? I think there's more upside probability in the next few months than downside. According to Rosenblum, if Bitcoin reaches $21,000, the increase in adoption may be massive, as it will not only be attractive to investors because of the price, but also to consumers because of its underlying technology and development built around it. If it were to fall, people would see the market is uncertain and the perception of Bitcoin as a bubble would solidify. This is actually incredibly true. This is all make or break time, if you will. I mean, it's not just Ethereum or Cardano or any other coin who's going to be having upgrades. This is kind of the moment. Bitcoin has to prove itself to everyone that it is resilient, and it has done very well thus far. As far as the fraudulent timed drop of price from 7,200 to 3,500, which of course happened by whales because we had the news about a day or two after that it came from the whales, and bouncing back about 2 minutes later from the other movements that we've seen the last couple of days where Bitcoin's price has risen by $700 over the course of a 5-minute period. Hello to all of you who tried arguing with me or to me or about me in the comment section, saying that Bitcoin didn't skyrocket. I regret to inform you that a $700 increase in 5 minutes is actually a skyrocket because the line goes up. Anyway, this is a major discussion. A lot of people, and pay attention to who says it as well. A lot of people who don't they may not be a full crypto believer. They may be the blockchain before Bitcoin people, or they may just simply be a negative Nancy, and they always think about trying to figure out how to undercut or say that Bitcoin is too valuable, that Bitcoin's price has to go down. And this happens quite often, especially if Bitcoin goes up by $300. Seemingly, for some reason, Bitcoin has become too hot and the price has to drop by 1,000. What we're seeing is a huge line down the middle of people who think that the halving has been priced in, which I do not think that it has. I think the anticipation is there for a price to be put into the current price. As far as like a price movement upward, I think everyone's kind of waiting on the sidelines to kind of like hold their money back to wait and see if the price will start to break these barriers moving upward, and therefore people start to throw more money into it. I don't think logically, mathematically, that has actually been priced in, especially when the news that we got a couple of weeks ago was that after the halving actually happens, I think Bitcoin will have to be, that is to say HAVE to be, I think anywhere from $13,000 to $15,000 per coin for it to actually be profitable for miners. And therefore, this is also another case for the price to actually end up going up. So I don't think that has been priced in. I don't think that Bitcoin needs to fall back to 1,200, which is something that I've been seeing the last couple of days. I don't know who these people are. For some reason, people keep saying that Bitcoin has to fall back down before it can go back up. There was one like a day or two ago, somebody said Bitcoin has to hit 2,000 before it can hit 9,000 again. And I was like, what planet are you actually living on where you believe that Bitcoin has to almost completely collapse in price for you to be comfortable for it to be able to go back up? Anyway, yeah, I don't think the halving has been priced in. Not at all. Not even 1%. I say about 2%. There's still a good 98% left on top of it. I think everyone is just anxiously waiting to see what's going to happen. If all these predictions that we've been getting from Novagrats, from Thisagrats, from Whoagrats, from that person who keeps saying that by the end of this year we will be over 20,000, if not over 50,000, what have you. We'll see what happens, but this is going to, I mean, we are going to continue having this discussion for a while, as everyone is quite curious as to where this is all going to go. Next up, in news I missed, Mike Blandina, former PayPal and Google veteran, is stepping down from his role as the CEO of Bakkt after only 4 months on the job. Intercontinental Exchange, or ICE, the parent company of Bakkt and the New York Stock Exchange, has indicated that its vice president of mergers and acquisitions, David Clifton, will succeed Blandina as the company's CEO. Adam White, the company's president, will maintain his role, according to an announcement on the 23rd of April. The new press release did not elaborate on Blandina's future plans. Who cares? It only notes that he is leaving the company to pursue a new opportunity. I assume someone offered him a couple extra zeros, and now he is moving on. Clifton joined ICE in 2008. He reportedly played a role in the 2013 acquisition of the New York Stock Exchange Euronext. He will now focus on completing the integration of Bridge2 Solutions. Bridge2 is the leading provider of loyalty solutions for merchants and consumers, which Bakkt acquired in early February 2020. Jeffrey Sprecher, ICEO and chairman, added, David Clifton has been deeply engaged in many of our most important initiatives over the years, and after helping to lead the acquisition of Bridge2 to accelerate the rollout of Bakkt's consumer application, I know he will provide outstanding leadership for Bakkt as an interim CEO. So, someone else from Bakkt has stepped down. Usually when we get news like this, it makes tons of headlines, and it's usually people who, not saying this person in particular, but some people who try to write articles like this, they try to spin it in a negative manner. Oh no, the CEO of said company or the CEO of something has stepped down. A lot of people, there's a lot of movements within the cryptocurrency space. There's a lot of movement within the big money space right now. If you see that things aren't going well as far as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or whatever, and someone's offering you more money during a downturn, well, you're probably going to move over to them. And anyway, most of these people end up going to new positions, same exact way that Kelly Loeffler, who was the head of Bakkt before, stepped down and now she's a senator. So one can only assume his position is probably going to be a lot bigger. Yeah, this was all over the place as well. Here's the actual blog post, website post from the people from ICE and Bakkt as far as the new CEO of Bakkt. I'm sure they'll be just fine. I assume this isn't anything controversial or that Bakkt will be collapsing over the loss of its CEO, especially when we keep getting news and indication that they're definitely going ahead with plans to continue everything that they've been doing before. Yeah, that's the Bakkt news, and let us moving on. And to finish things off, Binance has rolled out a new social payments app called Bundle. Targeted at the African market, the app allows users to send and receive cash, as well as buy, sell, and store cryptocurrencies. At launch, the supported fiat currency is the Nigerian Naira, and the supported cryptocurrencies are, say it with me, Bitcoin, Ether, and the third one, of course, would be Binance Coin, because it's Binance. Binance said many more fiat currencies would be supported in the next weeks. Bundle can process transactions via cards and bank transfers as well as mobile money. They said we built Bundle with the digitally native African user in mind. They are social, online, and connected across geographical boundaries. They prefer their financial services delivered digitally via mobile apps as opposed to visiting brick and mortar bank branches. This was said by someone from Binance. Bundle plans to support 30 plus African countries by the end of the year. It aims to grow into a super app, which would be widely used in Africa and the world. Bundle, operating as an independent entity from Binance, is a Binance-incubated project. Bundle raised $450,000 from Binance last September in a pre-seed funding round. Incredible. Like, that's actually incredible. I don't think we went over this already. I think I've said the word Binance so many times over the last 12 days. I think all the articles are kind of blending into each other. I don't think no. We definitely didn't talk about something called Bundle. I think that word's weird enough that I wouldn't have, or I would have remembered having said it. Anyway, yeah. Once again, Binance strikes. There are, and I say this because Coinbase, the Gemini twins, Poloniex, Kraken, BitMEX, how many of them have an app that was created that targets Africa or South America, or even an app that targets Europe, or an app that targets North America? They just kind of release things, but they don't really end up being used. Remember at the beginning of the year when Changpeng Zhao said that by the end of this year, he would have like a blanket over the entire world as far as countries who would be able to buy, sell, trade, hold, and deal in cryptocurrencies? Here we are. I mean, I'm sure most of us were like, yeah, okay. I mean, you know, I'm expecting him to add like 4 currencies to the platform. I think they've added like 30 plus already. And now they're releasing apps that target like entire continents. So, yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I think, of course, there are probably other initiatives out there already from other companies who are also definitely trying to target these markets. They just so happen to not be cryptocurrency exchanges. And also, hello? Yeah, that works. Okay. I unplugged. Wow. I was flailing around the room. The headphones got unplugged. I thought something fell out, so I stopped being able to hear myself, and I was just kind of saying hello. The point being, yeah, this is very cool. Here's the actual Binance blog post right here. This is introducing Bundle, an Africa-focused social payments app for cash and crypto. If this takes off, that's absolutely incredible. We need more easy ways for the other billions of people around the world to easily be able to get into the cryptocurrency space, and being able to simply do so. I mean, it's just fantastic. All the ways that people now have to actually enter the cryptocurrency space. I reiterate once again, this was not possible before, and I want to see what's going to happen when prices move. You have to understand how difficult it was many years ago. I feel like one of those like memes where someone's like, it was so difficult when I was a kid, because it really was years ago to get into the cryptocurrency space. There's at least the amount of apps, the amount of websites, the amount of on-ramps that we have provide support for at least anywhere from 1.5 to 2 billion people on the planet to be able to get into the cryptocurrency space. That's also even over-the-counter markets within countries who have banned the usage of Bitcoin, but not the actual accumulation of Bitcoin. How weird will it be when prices do start rocketing and or moving up, when people can just easily get into the market and there's no more just having to clog up Coinbase? Anyway, I'm for it, and I'm waiting for it. Anyway, yeah, that's the Binance news. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Yasha Harari, Moonman High XRP, The Pothead, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Josh Gorsica, Chongololo, Tsongololo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Barebones Mining, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohammed Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Brady Neal, Jared Schneider, Wise Knight Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Adobo, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Nicholas Renner with One Piece, One Love, Damien Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Crypto and Beer Shipmate, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller, Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes 2, Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arfmedic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola, Michelle, URL, and hold on, I have to sneeze. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to every single person, yeah, that's right, person out there who is a supporter of the channel, and thank you to every single person who has just supported me in general over the years. Every single one of you, I do thank you. At the moment, yeah, we're like sideways up. If that, why am I screaming in my ear? Okay, that's better. Like the sound was increasing, and every word I said, it was kind of like popping in my ear. The point is, Bitcoin's currently up by 0.25%. I can't really tell where the market is going to go. The volatility has been absolutely insane over the last 24 hours alone, even just looking at Tether. It appears that there are constantly movements of the market trying to go up. Will we be able to do it? No one knows, but it's quite fascinating how this is all playing out. We are, I think it's 18 days. I don't remember the exact amount of time that we have for the Bitcoin halving. I would not be shocked if imagine if around the same exact time in 18 days we actually end up getting the upgrade for Shelly as well. That should have a very good effect on the actual cryptocurrency market. But yeah, where's the really crazy one? It's Hive going up by $62 million volume, and Digibyte, which is also up by 20 million. I'm not going to comment on them. I don't have these coins. I don't own these coins. I'm never going to hold these coins. But a lot of people, I see people discussing these in the comment section saying that these are just being pumped and then that they're going to be dumped. I give it 2 weeks. Let's see if they're still within the top 33 to 36. This happens quite often in the cryptocurrency space. It's very easy to pump coins, especially on low volume. Once again, while 20 to 60 million may seem like a lot to some people, if you coordinate this with about 5 or 6 people, they all dump in 10 million. It's very easy to move the market in one direction. That's just kind of how things are. But if Digibyte or Hive end up making it into the top 15 and or top 10, then it'll probably be time to discuss them. That means that they would have held their own for a number of months without having simply just been moved up and then sliding back down. I think that is definitely going to do it for this video. I hope you're all doing well. Honestly, like, I hope you're all having as much of an okay time as you possibly can with all this stuff going on. I know it's a bit difficult. However, make sure to smile, do something that makes you happy. If nothing else, bring on that optimism, because we are very close to a lot of things. I hope that summertime, late spring or time, brings about a lot of good things. We have a lot of upgrades, a lot of updates, a lot of having, a lot of stuff going on. So my optimism, I think it's at 100 of 100. It can't really get much higher. It would just be me talking in backwards words and nonsense at that point. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.